Notre Dame. The team that has been to championships since 1989, but cannot win them. Even an ACC title game, they could not win in the COVID-19, the 2020 season. Notre Dame went 14-2 last season, culminating in a loss to Ohio State in the national championship game. Notre Dame also lost to Northern Illinois early in last year's season, 16-14. But Notre Dame broke through on a couple of things last season. They don't win championships because of their independence and cannot participate in conference title games except for that one time in the ACC a few years back. But regardless, they get to big BCS games. They got to one BCS national title. And they got to a 4-team playoff. And they got to last year's 12-team playoff. The BCS game didn't go well for them, and Notre Dame got blowed out by Alabama. We all remember that. The first major bowls, the bowl wins for Notre Dame since 1992 came in this last season. Now, I know the picture here is grainy and everything on the camera. It's not on purpose. It's not old-timey footage that I'm trying to do. That's not what it is. It's humid and it's hot here, and my new tablet, because of stupid safety, the tablet is telling me I cannot charge. You have too much moisture in your charging your device. So whatever. So we're going with the old tablet, who doesn't have any two shits or concerns about moisture. It's charging just fine. The old Samsung that I used to have. That's right. We're filming on that. So it's not too... I am going to make light of the fact that Notre Dame hasn't won shit in the last few years like I did. But this is just an added factor that I did not want or need. But here we go. They broke through. I was 2 years old the last time they won a major bowl game. They won the Sugar Bowl and the Orange Bowl this past season, ending that streak. Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame beat the likes of Texas A&M on the road, Louisville at home, USC on the road in the regular season. And then in the playoff, in the first round, they beat Indiana. In the Sugar Bowl, they beat Georgia. And then in the Orange Bowl, they beat Penn State to get to a national championship opportunity. And Notre Dame blew it versus Ohio State, which, as a Michigan fan, go blue, I ask, how did you let that happen? We don't lose to those guys. How'd you let that happen? But I digress. With all of that as a preface, let's talk about how Notre Dame can get back there this season and have an opportunity once again to get maybe a championship. All right, we're going to start like all the other teams. Quarterback position, C.J. Carr looks to be the guy as a redshirt freshman. Didn't play at all last season. He is a Michigan prodigy, as he is the grandson of former head coach Lloyd Carr of the University of Michigan. He was a highly touted quarterback out of high school, 6'3", 210 pounds. He is listed right now. He got to sit behind Riley Leonard last year. One positive thing for the quarterback, whoever it's going to be. I'm not saying it's going to be C.J. Carr, but that's what it looks like here right now. One positive thing is he's going to have some weapons here. Notre Dame has a team capable of contending for a national title yet again. We're going to go through it right here and right now. His pass catchers, Malachi Fields is a senior. He's coming in from Virginia through the transfer portal. He's 6'4" and 220 pounds. He had 55 catches for 808 yards last season, a 14.7 average, and 5 receiving touchdowns. Not too shabby of a pickup there for Marcus Freeman. Now, wide receiver Jordan Faison returns. He'll be a junior, 5'10", 182 pounds. He had 30 catches for 356 yards. That's an 11.9 average, and he had a touchdown. But in 2023, he had 4 touchdowns and a 17-yard average. So a couple of seasons stacked there for Faison. We'll see what he can do in year 3. All right. Jaden Greathouse is back for Notre Dame as well. He will be a junior also. 6'1", 215 pounds. 42 catches, 592 yards. That's a 14.1 average and 4 receiving touchdowns. And then another transfer at wide receiver. Will Pauling, a senior, comes in from Wisconsin. 5'10", 190 pounds. He had 42 catches, 407 yards. That's a 9.7 average and 3 touchdowns. But he had 800 yards and 6 touchdowns receiving for Wisconsin in 2023. At tight end, you have Eli Raridon, who is going to be a senior. He is back, 6'7", 250 pounds. He had 11 catches for 90 yards. That's the best I could find for you at the tight end position. But I know that you recruit well. You have capable bodies. But 6'7", 250, he's probably going to be your guy. 2 touchdowns receiving last year. All right, you also have Kevin Bauman as a graduate, but he has no stats. So I think some of the younger guys may step up there at the tight end position. But then at the running back position, you go 3 deep here. Jeremiah Love is back for Notre Dame, a junior he's going to be. 6 foot, 206 pounds. He's listed right now. 163 carries for 1,125 yards. That's a 6.9 average. And from all these title contender videos, he is at the top. 17 rushing touchdowns last season. He added on 2 receiving touchdowns and 237 receiving yards last season. Tredarian Price is back. He's going to be a senior, 5'10", 203 pounds. 120 carries for 746 yards. He had a 6.2 average last season and 7 rushing touchdowns. And then Aeneas Williams, as a freshman last season, was 5'10", 200 pounds. He had 34 carries for 219 yards. That's a 6.4 average. This room is stacked and ready to go for Freeman and company. 2 rushing touchdowns as well. All of this is behind every team's secret weapon, in my opinion, which is the offensive line. And man, did you lose? You lost some people, but you have pretty much. You got 3 starters coming back, and the other 2 are going to do just fine. At left tackle, Anthony Knapp was a freshman last year, and he started every single game for you. He is 6'4", 294 pounds, probably bigger now, stronger now. He's back. You got left guard Billy Schroth, a senior now, 6'4", 302 pounds, started every game last season as well. And then Ashton Craig at center is going to be a senior. 6'5", 312 pounds. He started 3 games last year. You have to just assume that now it's going to be his turn. At right guard, Charles Jagusa is going to be a junior. He is 6'7", 320 pounds. Came back from injury to start versus Ohio State in the last game of the year in the national title. So that goes to show you what the coaching staff thinks about that guy. Didn't play all season. came back, started for the national title. At right tackle, Emil Wagner started every game last year for you as well. He's going to be a senior, 6'6", and 293 pounds. This offensive line was a semifinalist for the Joe Moore Award last year, and 3 heavyweights, like I said, return, along with another senior and a junior that is back from injury. That is scary for oppositions. All right, let's talk about defense now, shall we? Probably the weaker side, but I go through it, and you got talent. Defensive end, Joshua Burnham is back. He's going to be a senior. He is 6'4", 247 pounds, had 30 tackles and 2 sacks. Nose tackle, Gabriel Rubio is going to be a senior. 6'5", 316 pounds there in the middle. You had a lot of bodies in the middle that are going to be good, but I couldn't put them on this video. They didn't have the experience or the production to put on this video, but I have faith in the interior of your defense. He had 24 tackles and 1 sack last year. All right. At linebacker, well, I'll do the Rover because you like other programs. The defense has 12 positions, even though there's 11 spots on the field. That always confuses me. I understand that you have versatility, but just list a guy at what he should be, please. All right, but Rover is an extra position that they have. Michigan used to do this stuff with Don Brown. But Jaden Osbury is going to be a junior. He is 6'2", 216 pounds, more of an edge type of a player, but he is in the linebacker role. 56 tackles last year, 2 fumble recoveries as well, so he can get on the ball. At middle linebacker, Drake Bowen returns, and he's going to be a junior, 6'2", 239 pounds, had 78 tackles last year, a sack, 3 forced fumbles, 3 of them, and then 2 pass breakups from his linebacker position, not too shabby. At will, you got Jalen Sneed back, who's going to be a senior, 6'1", 222 pounds, had 51 tackles last year, 2.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles himself. So physical, nasty team here in the middle for Notre Dame. And then we talk about the secondary here, shall we? Devontae Smith comes in at nickelback, is going to be a senior from Alabama, 5'11", 192 pounds, had 30 tackles and 5 pass breakups for the Crimson Tide. At cornerback, you have 2 really good ones coming back. Christian Gray is going to be a junior, 6 foot, 187 pounds. He had 35 tackles, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown off of them interceptions, and 9 pass breakups. Not to be outdone, Leonard Moore, the other cornerback that's going to be starting, is going to be a sophomore. As a freshman, he was 6'2", 187 pounds. He had 48 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 11 pass breakups on the back end. All right, strong safety Aiden Schuler is back. He's going to be a junior, 6 foot, 200 pounds, 59 tackles, 3 interceptions. He also had a touchdown off interceptions and 5 pass breakups of his own. And then at free safety, Luke Talich had a pick 6 as well. He's going to be a junior, 6'4", 208 pounds. 6'4" safety, a free safety. That's pretty impressive. 20 tackles last season as well as his pick 6. So Notre Dame is yet another team full of upper class experience this season. So what does the schedule look like, and what could Notre Dame's regular season be? Because they're going to not have any conference affiliation or a conference title game there. Will they win enough to just make the 12-team playoff as an at-large team? I think, yes, that's why they are a national title contender in my view. The first game is going to tell us a lot about Notre Dame and their quarterback and C.J. Carr, the youngster, going up against Carson Beck at Miami in week 1. Now, Cristobal has had some blunders. I think they're going to be a very good team. They could be a national title contender, maybe a playoff team as well in this opening week. So it comes down to what I trust more, and I trust Marcus Freeman way more than I do Mario Cristobal. The quarterback, not so much as Carson Beck, but we know he's not really that prolific of a player. Notre Dame's defense is going to be pretty damn good, top 10 in my opinion at least. The offensive line, one of the best in the nation. It's going to come down to quarterback play like most of these great teams, Michigan included. I did a video on Michigan's contention earlier. I'll put that in the card. But I have Notre Dame winning that game on the road to start their season strong. The thing is, they get a bye right after that, their first bye of 2. Everyone gets 2 byes this season. And they have Texas A&M at home. I think the bye is in a bad spot. I think you'd rather just, after beating Miami on the road, come home and play Texas A&M. You beat them last year at their house. I think they come to your house and get revenge here. Rust. I think you'll be maybe a little bit rusty with your young quarterback. All right. But that's your only, the rest of the schedule. You got Purdue the very next week. That's a win. At Arkansas, Notre Dame should win that game. Come on. Boise State, it's in South Bend. And I don't think they're going to go 12-2 like they did last year. That's going to be a win for you as well. NC State at home is a win. USC, I had some questions about, but it's at home. And at this point, you're just rolling. You're rolling along with that one hiccup early in week 3. Your second game of the season, 2, Texas A&M. You get your second bye after USC. So that's a good spot right there, in my opinion, because you go on the road to Boston College. That's a win. Navy at home is a win. At Pittsburgh is a win. Syracuse at home is a win. And at Stanford, who went 3-9 last year, at this point, it has to be a win for Marcus Freeman and company. Notre Dame with an 11-1 record versus this schedule that went 88-68 last year. Only had a 56% win percentage their opponents did from last year. I think they have to get it done. They're going to get back to the playoff. Can they get back to another championship opportunity and win it all? Find out in my prediction video, where I'm gonna do a few more of these, but I'm gonna predict every conference at every Power 4 team's record going into the season. And you got a damn good one, and you're gonna be in the playoff, and you're gonna have an opportunity for a championship. So there you go. Congratulations to Notre Dame. I wish you would have just beat the Buckeyes last year and won it last year, but you got another chance. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it from a Michigan perspective, maybe. But I tried to be fair. You're going to be a damn good team. You're going to win a lot of games. So there you go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I got to say it. Go blue, baby. Let's go.